The Koenigsegg Gemara's designer talks about the hypercar's design process. The Koenigsegg Gemara, in case you've forgotten, was the star of the recently cancelled Geneva International Motor Show. Okay, it was the only car at the recently cancelled Geneva International Motor Show, on account of Koenigsegg refusing to leave until it had guided Top Gear around its stand. With 4 seats, 4-wheel drive, 3 electric motors, a 600 horsepower 3-cylinder engine, 1,700 horsepower, 0 to 100 km per hour in 1.9 seconds, a top speed of 402 km per hour, and a 1.7 million euros, P97.7 million, price tag. It's very much a car that deals in mind-altering numbers. But the story of how it came into existence, and why it looks the way it does, is equally as mesmerizing. Here, with the help of Koenigsegg's head of design, Sasha Salipanov, and a load of never-before-seen images pulled from the archive, we can finally see how this monster evolved from a seed of an idea to the finished article. So, it first came about long before I joined the company, Salipanov said. Christian von Koenigsegg had the idea of building a 4-seat hypercar right around the time his first son was born, which was about 18 or 19 years ago. You realize that all of a sudden there's not just the 2 of you, there's 3, but you still want to enjoy driving cars that you love, and there's not a single car that can do that anymore. There are compromised solutions like souped-up sedans, but they're nowhere near the performance or exotic cool factor of a hypercar. There are also 2+2 sports cars, but the back row is almost completely unusable. And so Christian had this dream, but the technology wasn't there. Put simply, if you just extended the wheelbase of a regular hypercar, doesn't matter if it's a Koenigsegg, Bugatti, Lamborghini, or Ferrari, but it needs to pack in another person, you will end up with a car that's as long as a school bus. So, the aim for Christian was to do this car right, and to do it when the technology permits to do it right. And to do it with a crazy amount of innovation that it requires. This is the original proposal from somewhere around 2006, again, long before I joined the company. You can see the first thoughts of a transverse V8 engine to make the packaging work. So there were lots of attempts, but none of them came to fruition. Look at the legroom for those guys. There are way more constraints than with the Gemara now. It had to be a have your cake and eat kind of car, no comp.